Okay everyone, so this is Osborne mock paper 3 task 2.1. Copied pasted the question here already. This is in page 75 or 119 from your workbook. This is a very simple task where you find out the gross and the net and everything, so I'm going to go through it a little bit quickly. First thing, they want you to calculate the net sales in the column F and they want to write the heading net amount in cell F2. So in F2 I typed the net amount, and in column F I calculated the net sales. Usually from gross, if you want to calculate the net, you divide it by 6 to calculate the VAT and you subtract it. But here they want to use this VAT rate. Okay, so I took the gross minus the gross multiplied by 20 divided by 120, which will give you the VAT. So gross minus VAT will give you the net. So that's the formula I have used. And once you've done the formula, copy paste it to the remaining cells. And then they want you to format E and F to show GBP currency with the 2 decimal places. So all the columns in E and F formatted to GBP currency with 2 decimal places. Right click, format cells, currency and 2 decimal places. And then they want you to wrap text or something. Let's take a look at that. Ensure all data is visible. Resize column B so it fits the data. Resize column B. So this one may be auto fit. Yeah, we have to try the auto fit. Format auto fit column width. So now all the data is visible. Double the row size for row 2. Wrap text in E2 and F2. Double the row size. So currently it is 15. You can see it is showing over here. They want you to double it, so make it to 30. There you go. And wrap text on these two. They're coming fine. So that's the first section done. Now we want to insert a pivot chart and a pivot table in a new worksheet for the total number of traditional rows were told for each color. So they want to see the number of units sold, a specific type of product, and also the color. So let's go back here. Select your first cell. Insert pivot chart and pivot table. Okay. So they want to see the color. They just say the sum of the amount sold. So it can be the gross amount. And put the product in the filter. Or is it the type? I think it's the type. And once you select them, come back to the chart. And they only want to see the traditional one. So select traditional and say OK. Change the size of your chart to make it more visible. Yep, all the colors are coming. In alphabetical color order. So they want it to be in alphabetical color order. B, C, I, L. It is already in alphabetical color order. Format the chart series so that the worst color is in red and best is in green. We know how to do that. Name the worksheet traditional range sales. Change the chart title also. Traditional range sales. I don't need these extra sheets. Let's delete them. Worst is in red and best is in green. Worst is slate in red and best is in green, which is I think white. Okay, completed. Set the page to print out on a landscape fitting in one page. So when you go to File, Print, Page Setup, print it in landscape fitting into one page and one width. Say OK, and you can see it is coming in one page. So that is all done, the B part. Go back to the worksheet. In box H2, count the total number of transactions using the count formula. Highlight the box in blue. So they want you to count H2. This one, they want you to count the total number of transactions. That is, you can count the transaction numbers, you can count the gross amount or anything. They just want to know how many transactions you have done. So equal to count and select your range from A3 to up to A179. So you can see that the total number of transactions is 177 transactions. Insert a comment stating number of sales transactions made in March in box H2. We cannot put both into H2. Go ahead, they want to insert a comment, sorry. They want you to turn this box into blue. They want you to insert a comment. So insert comment, pictures, shapes. Yep, there you go. Insert a comment. Number of transactions in March or whatever the text says, okay? Number of transactions in March. And say okay. So when you go to that box, you can see the comment over there, okay? Filter the table from smallest to largest net value of sales. Insert a formula to show the average of the highest 5 sales in F180. Okay, filter the table from smallest to largest net value of sales. So apply a filter. And they want it to see smallest to largest. Okay, that is done. In F180, they want you to show a formula. F180. What formula they want to see? Average of the highest 5 sales in cell F180. Okay, so they only want to see the average of the 5 highest sales. So you can see the 5 highest sales will be these 5 definitely, because it's already sorted from smallest to largest. So use those to calculate your average. So equal to, you don't need a subtotal here because we did not filter the data. So the average of the highest 5 sales is 819. Enter average of highest 5 sales in G180 in bold font italics with red text. Average of highest 5 sales in G. Average of highest 5 sales. They want this to be in bold, in italic, and in red font. Copy and paste the worksheet into a new sheet, rename it formulas and set the sheet to show formulas. Copy and paste the whole sheet. Ctrl C. Ctrl V. And then formulas and show formulas. Once you do show formulas, make sure you auto fit so that the data is seen. Okay, so that's all your show formulas, and name this sheet as formulas. Go back, set the page to print out on landscape fitting on one page. That we already done because it was a traditional range sheet, which was your chart. We already set it up to print in one page. And that's your task 1, 2.1 completed. Thank you.